you know that blindly mailing your CVs to multiple job ads is the number one reason people fail to land jobs? In fact, it could annoy the recruiter so much, they might even end up blacklisting you. Instead, be focused. Only target jobs you have a good chance at landing interviews with. Learn this and many other powerful tips with our Land Your Dream Job program. It's an online course that includes a comprehensive toolkit consisting of CV templates, resume checklists, and many other useful tools. The best part about this program is a 3-month email guide that will help keep you on track as you look for your next role. Indeed, your dream job is waiting for you. Click this link now. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Singapore. Welcome to our weekly Friday Career Success with Adrian and Yan show. Good morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Adrian Chu, and I'm the CEO founder of Career Agility International. I wanted to say hi to everyone. And as always, we have Yan, our executive director and co-founder. Yan, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, TGIF. It's one more sleep to the weekend.
One more sleep to the weekend. It's amazing how time flies, huh? Wow, it's half of middle of March already. The first quarter is almost coming to a close.
Holy cow, you're right. Okay, March is ending. Okay, no, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah, and also wanted to wish you a preemptive happy birthday because your birthday is coming up as well, right? So preemptive happy birthday to you.
Yeah, happy belated birthday, like three times over now. How was your birthday, Adrian?
Oh, my birthday, I just crossed 50 over the weekend, and it was a good time. Spent time with the family, had a good break. But I was really excited because at 50, you learn new things, okay? Like how not to bend over too fast when you're picking up stuff because you're just going to hurt your back. But apart from those
that's something that I think we all learn. I don't know if that's an age thing. But when your first digit turns into 5, did anything about your mindset sort of shift a little bit as well?
Yeah, actually this time around it didn't shift that much. But when I was 39 going to 40, that was one of my biggest shifts because when I was 39 and going to 40, I really felt depressed. I felt sad. I felt I was going old.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Strange, because
when I turned 40, it was a distinct shift that I realized I did not have to worry too much about trying to please everyone.
Okay.
It felt good. So I'm looking forward to the big 5-0.
Oh yeah, I know. It's yours is still way more, so it's okay.
A little bit more.
But the exciting thing about turning 50 is you get to do new things that are exciting for you. And like recently we've just launched our online career program called the Land Your Dream Job program, which was really exciting. It took us close to 6 months to prep for this launch. And in case for our viewers who are just joining us, if you're wondering what exactly our online career program is, we have curated a series of videos, online learning program for you if you're in a rush to land a dream job, or if you just want a better job and you're not sure how to do the job hunting. We have created a series of videos. Yan and I have curated a lot of good content for you so that you can land a job quickly. And the amazing thing is that there are lots of interesting job hunting tools and templates in there, CV templates, power words for your CVs, tracking tools and everything. It's quite exciting that we collated. And we also have a 90-day email program for you that will help keep your job search in track. So it's quite exciting. We are launching it today, and we'll share a bit more about it today. But one thing that's interesting is in the news lately, a lot of people are saying that hey, the news it's very good sales figures hiring figures coming up from the Ministry of Manpower. So I thought maybe it might be interesting to talk a bit more about it today in our headline news. Yeah. So good news today is that what we are seeing now is the job market's recovering, and we've seen that happening for the past couple of quarters already. So the latest data coming out from MOM is pretty exciting because we are seeing it concur and confirm with what we are looking at and what we're experiencing on the ground as well. As you know, yeah, and a lot of our clients are lending, aren't they?
Our clients are lending. I also want to be, I guess, a little bit more measured in the optimism. Yes, I think the hiring is there, but we know from experience that just because there's supply doesn't mean that there's demand, or just because there's demand doesn't mean there's supply. They don't quite fit. So it's important that all our listeners and job seekers out there be more deliberate in finding roles that fit, finding roles that are sustainable, and getting jobs that help them be happier. I mean, it sounds really cliche, but it's really about if you're going to work, you want to at least do something meaningful and something that's not going to, bring you, I guess, depression. So focus on finding good fit rather than, just because, yeah, they're hiring, so let's just go follow the crowd or something, it's not such a straightforward equation. That's where I'm coming from. Yeah.
And that's interesting because one of our clients is facing, after 4 months of looking for roles, now he's facing a dilemma, a trilemma, because now he has 3 job offers in hand, and he can't figure out which one because they're all so good. One's even offering out a 25% increase in base salary alone, and but the other one is a company which he wants to work for. And the third one is the one which has a lot of potential for growth and development. So he's like, oh man, which one do I pick now? So it's a happy problem to have. But exactly to your point, Yen, it's not just about landing the job. It's not just about the money, right? It's what exactly do you want?
Yeah.
And more importantly, do you feel confident enough to turn down one with nothing else in hand? Okay, say if one job offer comes down, this is nice, but it's not the one I want. I'm gonna turn it down, and then that takes guts.
That takes guts. And there's a lot more to it than that also, to all our listeners out there, please get all of your job search tools ready, because sometimes there are missed opportunities because your resume isn't ready, and then you say, oh, wait, let me go do the resume for you. 2 days later, they found another candidate. So it's important that you prep before you hit that decision point. And just a simple example, if you can prep your introduction, prep your narrative, have a clear idea of what you want, then when you have a chance encounter with someone, you are not at a loss for words, or you don't get stuck trying to sell yourself because you didn't realize that, oh my goodness, I could have said that. These are missed opportunities. So you always want to prep ahead of time, okay? Like what you like to say, Adrian, you don't wait until it's raining to fix your roof.
Yeah, actually, I have another one which involves the other room, and anyway, you're right. No, never mind. The one about stomach aches and the other room. Anyway, you don't look for things at the last minute. Because you might just miss the opportunity. So it's but back to what we were talking about with regards to the job numbers in Singapore. They look promising. They look like it's on an uptrend. But one of our biggest concerns is if the war in Russia and Ukraine carries on, they might have some knock-on effect, because especially in terms of the oil prices, like the oil prices move upwards, inflation is going to hit, everything's going to be readjusted upwards, and companies that thought they were out of the woods post COVID-19 after all the retrenchments, if it carries on a trajectory like this, we are concerned that there might be further rounds of restructuring again later in the year. But we are quite convinced the government will be instituting nice programs for companies, especially SMEs like us, to support us during, hopefully not another crisis, but just good support. So
thank you for all that macroeconomic analysis. It's good to know. It's good to know because it's macro. But I also want to caution, we're not statistics. So pay attention to the bigger picture, but also to focus on how you can pick yourself up. Focus on where you can add value, and you will find your happy place.
Yes. I know I'm sounding very newscasterish this morning because last night I spent a lot of time researching the data because I was prepping for Money FM 89.3 interview later this afternoon.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I was going through rings of data. So yeah, I sound like a professor, don't I?
Yeah, you do. But my pet peeve, I guess, is when someone says, "Oh, the whole world is like this, so you should be too," or "Everyone is doing this, so you should too." But you're not a statistic. You're a
True.
unique individual. Yeah.
True. Follow your destiny, young Skywalker. So,
No, you
yeah,
decide. No. Your destiny is not written for you. You decide. You're in the driver's seat.
create your destiny,
There you
young
go.
Ian. Okay, anyway, so what we so just keep an eye out. Bottom line is opportunities are coming up. Are you prepared
Yes.
for it?
Yes.
And it's important for you to be equipped with the mind tools, the knowledge and attitudes, and all the right marketing materials as well. So don't forget to tune in again. So for those of you who've just joined us, once again, my name is Adrian Chu. I'm the CEO, founder of Career Agility International, and together with me is Yen, Super Coach Yen, as we lovingly call her. She is our executive director and co-founder, and indeed she is a super coach because she has been coaching for, I think she's she's Singapore's most experienced career
It's
coach.
okay.
Okay, so
I'm happy to embrace my age. I'm turning 49 soon. Yay!
yes. So and today we're going to talk about something that's quite interesting because we're talking about what we're talking about is how do you apply for roles when the responses you get back from the headhunter or the recruiter is sorry, you're
We get
too
that a
old,
lot.
sorry, you're too senior, sorry, you're too big for the role.
I don't think
And
you'll hear the word too old.
yeah, you're not hear the word too old,
But you will
but
hear you are overqualified.
yes, and
Yeah.
it can get depressing sometimes. Even
Yes.
sometimes, and I'm not talking about candidates or clients who are in their 50s, or sometimes in your 40s and you're applying for something, and say, sorry, you're overqualified. And it's like, if and the big question we always get from individuals is, if I'm overqualified for the role, but I'm happy to do the job at that salary anyway, isn't it your benefit, Mr. Employer?
Yes.
You get an
Yes.
overqualified person to do, so it's like it befuddles a lot of people. But that's why today we want to dive into what exactly is the mindset. And as always, we want to flip the tables and think about, what's the hiring manager thinking of and how can we address it. Yeah, do you get clients who come to you and tell you that hey, the client says the hiring manager says I'm overqualified? Do you get it a lot?
Yeah. In fact, I get people asking me, how do I make my resume less senior sounding? Like, should I call myself? But my title is. Should I just reduce it, or should I not put my title in? I get that all the time. It's almost like you're trying to shrink yourself to fit a box, which is kind of wrong if you think about it. It's also I don't know. Are you trying to not be honest, which is also very strange? I think you should just be who you are.
One of my clients I've helped. Basically, he was a CFO and he landed a job as a enterprise risk manager. Okay, from a 30,000 a month to a $5,000 a month job.
Right.
And he enjoyed it. He's still there. 9 years on, he's still there. So with a voluntary welfare organization, and he's happy. Everyone's happy. They're trying to promote him. He says, "No, I want to go home at 5 every day." So he got prepped very well for that role, and it was a deliberate move for him because he wanted to downshift and decelerate, slow down. So that's why decelerate. Okay, but downshift. Okay, decelerate, not crash. Decelerate is not crash.
Decelerate.
So that's why today we're going to talk about how do you apply for a job, or when people tell you you're overqualified for it, you really feel you aren't. Okay, but before we begin, we want to share with you that this whole concept of you submit your CV in or submit, and they interview you, and then they go like, you're not qualified or you're not. Then the first thing you think is, are they discriminating against me in some form or other? And the fact is, unfortunately, in the real world out there, yes, Yes, there are barriers.
It's not just unconscious bias, it's deliberate bias.
Yeah, it's conscious bias, And the guy comes in or the lady comes in, is like, oh man, I don't like short people, or I don't like this guy. Don't like his face. And it's not always about ageism. It's not always about the age.
Yes.
People complain about age
It can be
discrimination.
anything.
Yes,
Anything.
there is age discrimination. Okay, given, yes. But sometimes it's not the age. Okay.
Yeah.
We've had 49-year-olds telling us that they're too old.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them, look, guess my age. I'm 50. So with a lot of makeup and I can look younger. But the point is the energy levels. You cannot mask the energy levels, right? So so there is age discrimination, but are you going to make an issue of it? We're going to talk about it today. There are what forms of discrimination are there? There is race discrimination.
There's so many.
Height, there's
Everything.
smell, there's look, there's fashion discrimination.
Obviously, there's gender. Don't like the clothes you wear. I don't know. They're not going to tell you. But we cannot be popular with everyone. There's always going to be some who may not like the way we talk, some may not like our aggression, some may not like our introversion, or too introverted for me, or too exuberant for me. Who knows? There are so many ways that people evaluate and judge us. So many.
So I once know this this friend of mine. She's quite good looking. Okay.
Yes.
And she does what she calls look discrimination. She only hires good-looking people.
Really?
Yeah.
So she's the hiring manager.
She's a hiring manager. Yeah.
Or are there managers who do not hire someone because they're too good-looking?
And that's funny because she says for the guys they have to be good-looking. For the girls they must not be better looking than her.
Are you telling me a real story?
It's a real story because she's doing sales.
Are you serious?
She's doing sales. It's a sales type where the team goes out. And it's a glam type of business. So
right.
look, discrimination really happens.
But in that case, it's a necessary component of the role that you have to look a certain way, that you have to be able to carry yourself a certain way, and that you are attractive because you represent your brand. In that case, I kind of get it, even though it is a very sensitive.
But it is discrimination, right?
It's a requirement. It's kind of like cabin crew and their skin checks. I mean,
that's true.
I mean, no choice, right? So, I mean, okay.
So the point being this, there's always going to be discrimination. What are you going to do about it? Okay, rather than sit down, whine, moan, cry, and complain, and write.
Don't be a victim. Yeah.
Don't be a victim. Okay, so we're going to share with you how. Okay, so.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of euphemisms, haven't we? Can
this is my favorite one.
We get that a lot. A lot of our clients who are in the 40s and 50s, they always get this, you're too senior for the role, or you're overqualified for the role, or you're too experienced. By the way, these are not direct definitions because it can be too senior and they can mean a whole host of other things.
A whole host of other things. But the first thing that comes to your mind is too old, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, usually too old or too expensive. Occasionally, right, sometimes they double check everything that you filled out, and then they're concerned about the insurance costs. They're concerned about whether or not you might fit within the team. So there are a whole host of other things, but generally it fits into the two things. Either you're too old or too expensive, generally.
Yeah, and the thing is that when they tell you, sorry, the hiring manager found that you're too senior for the role, it could be just that you're too senior, as in the title is just too high, too big for the role. It doesn't automatically default to you thinking that they are telling you you're too old, okay? So our advice is, it could be a euphemism, it could be not. Let's not jump to conclusions, and someone says you're too experienced means you're too expensive, and immediately you start going into, I don't mind taking a pay cut.
No, right? No. Don't negotiate with yourself, right?
Yeah, don't discount yourself.
I was just...
Unless it's a strategy too, but don't straight off the bat just...
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But people tend to be quite prone to, let me try, I want this much, but if you cannot, then I'll be happy to... Do not even offer a lower rate because you've just, devalued yourself. But on the topic of overqualified, occasionally from the job descriptions, you can actually tell that the scope is smaller. Perhaps you've been in an APAC function and this role is really only for Singapore. Then the line manager is going to wonder, the hiring manager is going to wonder, why on earth would you want a role that's so much smaller than what you used to do? But also occasionally we hear, where the hiring manager may potentially be threatened by your pedigree, because your background is so big and so wonderful, and then when you join, then they feel like perhaps you might take on a lot
outshine
more and
the hiring
outshine
manager,
him.
right? Yeah.
I think the contention here is this. A lot of our clients are not given a chance to even have a conversation to figure out why. But you don't even give me a chance to get to know me, to understand where I'm coming from, and that, maybe it really is I am decelerating. But I get this middleman, junior recruiter, talent acquisition person coming to say, oh, I'm sorry, you're overqualified. Boom, end of conversation. So
Yeah,
they're
I
not
know.
even given a chance to explain themselves, which is quite unfair if you think about it.
It is, right? And it's not just unfair to the individuals applying, which is yourself. It's also unfair to the organization because you might be missing a great talent, just by your discrimination. I once had a candidate, when I was headhunting. I once had a candidate who was a brilliant quant. This person's a quant. He's an actuarist, so he comes in, he does a lot of numbers and everything. And we brought him in, okay, for the interview. But unfortunately for the hiring company, this individual was plus sized. Okay. Very plus sized.
Oh no.
And the moment he came in, 15 minutes, the HR manager didn't even give him a chance. Say, okay, thanks for coming out. And I said, why is it so fast? Oh, fat people are lazy. And that's what the HR manager told me. This is a multinational company. And I got so upset. I said, what do you mean?
Wow.
I said, do you know this guy is a Mensa? Okay, this guy is a double honors in mathematics from Cambridge. He's from a Mensa. Okay.
And he can outplay you in tennis.
He can outthink you in anything, Yeah. No. Actually, he cannot outplay him in tennis. I think he might drop dead, cardiac arrest or something. But I'm not kidding you, okay? But this guy, I know this guy. This guy is brilliant, okay? And if you want to quant, this guy is it, okay?
But is he a health risk?
That's why, you see. But I don't think so. He was okay. He's lovely guy, okay?
Wow, okay.
So they discriminated against him.
That's
so
unfortunate. So they lost a brilliant mind.
He joined a competitor anyway, so good luck to them.
Yeah.
So that something that happens, you see. But the big question we want to ask is this, is the reason for rejecting you valid, HR? So I want to share with you a case study, and we always over at Career Agility International, we want to effect a paradigm shift in your thinking. Okay, why do HR managers think about it? So let's if you understand how they think, we are better able to bridge that gap and see how we can mitigate. Okay.
Yes.
So the first thing is this. Let's look at a case study. Arthur, this guy, 45 years old, finance director, salary 350K. He applies for a job that looks like this, 450K salary. Does it look normal, Yen?
It fits because his title is a jump up. The salary scale is a jump up. It makes sense because why would we want to move if not for a bigger role, for growth, for progression in our career? So yes, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Question though is whether or not he can fill that role, because finance director doesn't really tell me if he's local or Southeast Asia or he covers a smaller territory, and then my concern would be whether or not he can do APAC. Then maybe he's not good enough because he doesn't have APAC.
Correct. But also being equal, there are no red flags. You wouldn't mind picking up the phone, talking to him.
Yes,
right?
That's right. Yeah, we will definitely screen him. Yes.
Now, but as a headhunter yourself, if he applies for a finance controller job B, job B, it's a pay cut. It's almost a 1/3 pay cut for him. Okay. Now, the opening is for a finance controller job, and he is applying for this role, and he's at 350. What are you as a hiring manager, and we invite you, the viewers, okay? You as a hiring manager, what are the first things that will come to mind? Maybe, if you want to pop it into the comment box and just share with us, what is the first thought that comes to mind? It'll be interesting as well. But Yen, for yourself, what is the first thought that comes to mind?
So a finance director carries a larger scope, end-to-end budget, forecasting, planning. This is strategy component. Finance controller feels very governance, risk, compliance, and so it's a smaller scope. Question is why? But as a recruiter, because I am programmed to screen in, I would pick up the phone and have a chat. But if I was in talent acquisition shoes, I'm programmed to screen out because there's like 300 other applications I need to review. In which case, I might not even give him a call because I look for a finance manager who's interested in growing into a controller role. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You worry, right? And what's a bit?
And if I have like 300 applications, I would screen out the finance directors and call the FMs first, the finance managers, and have those conversations, because I'll find someone at 200 willing to take the 220 role.
Yeah.
You know?
And the first concern that a hiring manager would have is, why are you downgrading so fast? No, is something wrong?
Yeah.
Why are you not so
Yeah.
desperate? And these are fair questions, yet fair questions to ask, but unfortunately, in their own minds, hiring managers might have just answered it with an unfair assumption. Okay.
It's because they don't know you from Adam.
Yeah, exactly. And then the worst thing is, they think this is just okay. The underlying thing they're wondering is something wrong? Is this just a stopgap measure? When you get a better job, so these are things that they comes across the mind. So that's why the question is, are they valid? And if you are, did you really apply for a job that's way too junior for you? And if the answer is yes, I have deliberately applied for a role that's too junior for me. Okay. The question is why, and you need to explain it to the hiring manager. Even if you get a seat in front of the hiring manager, you need to explain why you got a job, why you're applying for that job. And there's some things you need to explain. Is it part of your career strategy, basically? But even before you speak to the hiring manager, you need to ask yourself, is this really what I want? Do I want to downshift?
Yeah.
And it's something that you need to think about. And that's one thing about our career partner program, which we have with our clients. We help our clients, especially for some of the people here who are responding very well on LinkedIn comments. You seem to be at a career crossroads, and that's why you need to have a career strategy. If downshifting is a career strategy, and you want to choose something smaller, you might not get the traction or opportunity to get there, because people might just automatically disqualify you already. You see. So
we have strategies for downshifting.
Yes, and we have had people.
Conventional strategies don't work at all if you're downshifting, if it's deliberate.
Yeah, never gonna get it. So, the other thing is, maybe perhaps downshifting or getting a job that's smaller could be part of a portfolio career strategy, in the sense that you don't mind taking something smaller, but you want to take on other roles as well, or maybe you want to do your MBA, or maybe whatever it is. What do you think, Ian?
Yeah, you absolutely need to have a very deliberate strategy for this, but don't justify to the point of being defensive, especially as you get fatigued trying to explain yourself. So that's something else as well. So again, if you talk to us, we can give you perhaps the more customized option, because everyone's different, everyone's story is different, industries are different, your career path, your background. So you have to work on a narrative that works for you. Okay, don't just go out there and go like bang chest and go like, this is me, take it or leave it. And then I send 100 resumes and then nobody responds. World sucks.
And then you feel sad, right? Just to share an interesting story with you, okay, with all our viewers out there. And also for those viewers who just joined us, once again, my name is Adrian, and I'm the CEO founder of Career Agility International, and Jens, our executive director and co-founder. Career Agility International is an organization that helps people, clients, to find career clarity so that they can have happy careers, more successful careers for them to enjoy by themselves and with their families as well. Okay, so today we're talking about how do you apply for jobs that, or how do you handle responses from headhunters and recruiters or hiring managers that you are too senior for the role, okay, or overqualified. So we're talking about this morning. Just to share with you an interesting story, personal story of mine, is in 2000-ish when I started at .com. Yes, I started at .com 20 years ago, okay? And we were hiring a finance manager. And we wanted a finance manager, not too senior, not too junior, to run the finance piece of it. I got an application from a CFO. Okay. And she came and I was like, oh wow, okay, fine, brought her in. Turns out that she was doing an MBA, and she wanted to she took a career break to do the MBA after her kids. And she would come in 1 day a week, and 1 day a week to do data entry and to do a bit of stuff. It was cool. And she said, and part of my thesis is I was looking at .coms and everything, you see.
So we hired her. Wonderful.
We got a CFO for that budget. Was like, but my other partners were going like, yeah, this is a joke, this is not serious, this is but I said, let's bring her in and let's talk anyway, you see. So sometimes it's okay, and it could be part of your unbundling strategy. And yet this is your favorite topic about unbundling.
It's when you are very skilled and you have a whole offering, like a buffet table, and you realize that nobody's going to buy the entire buffet table. So you unbundle yourself into specialties. So you sell your appetizer, then you sell the main entree, then you sell your dessert, and for different pricing. So it's unbundling, right? So you unbundle your skill sets and your experiences and offering it in short-term assignments. Yeah, it's a great strategy for those of us who are looking to decelerate.
Yeah, correct. And it's your reasons are valid, okay, and your reasons are personal, absolutely personal, valid. No one should question why you're doing it. But however, you're not even given a chance to explain it. Okay, there are strategies to if yes, it is your intention to downshift and apply for a job that's a bit smaller footprint than what you are right now. You need to be able to justify it and come to us and talk to us about it, okay? And we can have the conversation, so, because we've helped many people to do it. And in fact, one of the other things is this, if you are applying for a job that's really too senior for you, but you find it's not really too senior for me. I actually find it's correct, right sized. But then why are they telling you that you are not suitable for the role? Right? They're saying you're too senior, or you're too. Are they saying you're too expensive? Should I give myself a pay cut? So these are. Ian, what do you think? Have you seen? Are these valid reasons to?
Yeah. So if you've applied for something and they come back to you with some vague, usually too senior, reason for not progressing you, again, depending on who you're talking to. So, and then you've realized that no, it actually fits very well. Hang on, you're not getting it. Then there's a mismatch in terms of how you're selling yourself. In which case, it is on you to try to readjust your positioning a little bit better. So we've helped a lot of our clients as well. Sometimes it's what you're saying on LinkedIn. Sometimes it's the kind of words, the choice of words that you've used on your resume. I'm not saying that your resume is too bombastic, right? I'm saying that maybe people are misreading, or they don't quite understand what it is that you do. They think, the guy's too senior, because they look at the number of years on your resume. There are so many reasons, right? Because they don't get it. If they get it, then you fit.
I've got a question coming in, you see.
You've got a lot of questions.
Yeah, I know. Should I hide my age or disguise my age on the CV?
No.
As in, okay, I'm not putting my age there, but I'm not going to show that I started work in 1971 or something. No, just kidding. I'm not going to show that I started work in 1988 or 85. That's the question. Should I just show my most recent 15 years?
No. My answer is a very firm no. I feel you should embrace your age, because at every level of your life, there's a different strategy. So a lot of our clients are stuck in the 20s, when they first taught how to write resumes. And then we look at the resume and go like, this design seems very, very entry level. It's not just the design, it's the way they presented the information. So it feels very entry level, because you've not embraced your positioning or your messaging or your marketing message for your right age level. Yeah. The moment you try to have subterfuge and you try to hide, right, then it creates all sorts of other problems later down the line. Because I'm going to find out anyway, and eventually I'll be like, oh man, it's kind of like when you look at someone's photo on LinkedIn and you invite them into an interview and you realize they don't look anything like the picture. Hello. So when you meet someone and you invite them, then you realize, hang on, you didn't tell me this, or you didn't tell me that. Hang on, okay, you omitted this. Red flags all around. No. So I'm saying every strategy, every level, every stage of your life is a different strategy. To come and talk to us, because you need to embrace your age, because there are advantages that come with every decade. You need to know what those are.
Yes,
and then
indeed.
There are things that you can say.
Adrian is saying yes.
The 50-year-olds, there are things you can say that you cannot say in your 30s.
Yes,
I guarantee it.
And that's interesting, because I'm going to stand on my soapbox here and share with everyone learnings and musings of Adrian Chew as he grows older. Anyway,
should I start yawning?
No, you can go have your coffee now. Come back in about 20 minutes. So as I was sharing with you earlier on, when I was 39 and I crossed 40, I was feeling quite sad, quite depressed. My 30s are over. I'm going to go old already. And I met one of my Brazilian partners, Boyden Rio. Okay, I can't remember his name. Brazilian guy. He was 75, and man, he was rocking it. I still remember he was. We were at the convention, and there was a huge flight of staircase. He was carrying 2 bags, and young Adrian ran up and said, "Hey, let me help you with it. He said, no, young man, I can do it myself. He carried the bag all the way up. And he said,
put you in your place.
yeah, and later on, I was being a nice guest. The thing was held in Singapore, so I was being Singaporean guest. So anyway,
Right.
later on, we were having drinks, and he said, every decade that you cross, you find out exactly what you said, and you can do things that you couldn't do before.
Yes.
When you were
Yeah,
in
you're
your
allowed to
30s,
do things.
no, but you're capable of doing better things. When you're in your
That too.
30s, maybe you couldn't do the CEO searches, maybe you couldn't do the board level searches, maybe you wouldn't have the gravitas and credibility to talk to someone who's the CEO of a multinational company. But as you get older, you can do it. And to this day, I absolutely agree with him, because now, we, as you know, our clientele profile has moved up. We have very senior, very high profile clients who are coming in for career advice, who would not have gone to a 30-year-old or 40-year-old Adrian, honestly, or 30-year-old Yen. Okay, they will never have, we will not have that credibility. But so embrace the age. I actually agree with you. That's why if someone tells you you're too old, then maybe that's not a company you want to work with, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And the point is that when for me, just to share, because you were telling about how you turned 40 and all, when I turned 40, it was a psychological advantage. It was a
Wow.
strange one. I think because there are a lot of people out there, and myself included, who's always had this need to please, or the need to be liked, or the need to please people, right? You want to make sure you don't like step on toes. You're just very, very careful. It's very stressful. Then you realize that, hey, hang on, I can not worry too much now. I can worry less. So be it, because there's a certain, I don't know, it's a very, very fun, really, really, what's it, cathartic. It's a really good psychological advantage to be a certain age.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think it's a woman thing, because there's this, we all have this instinct to be kind and nice, and keep everything harmonious and all that. And you realize that, hey, hang on, no, I don't need to take the abuse anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. In fact, interestingly, Yen, to what you mentioned earlier about lying on your CV or hiding the age, one of our LinkedIn users actually wrote and said, I once hired someone who lied about his age and his profile pic, and profile pic was very different from his actual appearance. Oh no, we only found out his actual age later. It's not a matter of the age, isn't it? It's a matter
It's not about age. It was
trust,
integrity.
integrity, right?
Absolutely, because a sin by omission is still a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So don't, right? Yeah. So that's why. So so the whole idea is this: if you are applying for, if the job you're applying for, is really something you don't think you're too senior for, then how do you mitigate? How do you avoid? Come talk to us. In fact, if you see a job that you really, really, really want, what can you do about it? I'll show you a quick video which we put up very quickly.
Cool.
Did you know that 4 out of 5 jobs are landed through networking? So, if you want to find a job quickly, your main activity should be connecting to as many people as possible, starting today. Speak with your former bosses, ex-colleagues, and yes, even recruiters. Let them know you're exploring new roles and ask them to keep an eye out for you. Stay networked and you'll be in a new job in no time. Learn this and many other powerful tips with our Land Your Dream Job program. It's an online course that includes a comprehensive toolkit consisting of CV templates, resume checklists, and many other useful tools. The best part about this program is a 3-month email guide that will help keep you on track as you look for your next role. Indeed, your dream job is waiting for you. Click this link now. So if you really want the job, you want to land the job and you really like it, but if you do feel that it's valid, but you're afraid you'll be discriminated against, networking actually helps a lot, because if you network and the hiring manager knows you, okay, there's a lot of misunderstandings and everything just straight off the bat. Okay, fine, let's have a conversation about your skill. The conversation changes, doesn't it?
The quick answer to everything you're facing. So we've got a lot of questions online. What can we do? The quick answer is network. But the devil's in the details, isn't it, Adrian? It's how do you start? Where do you go? What do you say? How do I tell people what I want? How do I get in? How do I connect? there are so many ways, and
We have a
everyone's
whole
contexts are different, and
yeah.
everyone has a different story, everyone has a different background, everyone had a different interaction. So if it's been
Mhm.
3 years since you last spoke to this ex-boss, and how do you reach out, what do you say, these are all
Yeah.
things that are under this big umbrella called networking. So you come talk to us and we can help you hopefully structure that a little bit better.
Yeah, and if you scan the QR code on the top right corner of the screen, we have our Land Your Dream Job program. We have a module specifically on networking itself, which will show you how to do the networking, what to say, how to approach the networking, how do you get leads, and how do you yield the maximum impact from your networking. Okay, so but if you see a job you really want, one of the things we advise you is go to the source, which is exactly what you were saying about networking. Find out who's the hiring manager straight away. Go talk, find out the person, explain, find out more about the role, explain to the person how you can help the person in the role. Okay, go to the source. Sometimes HR might block you out. The talent acquisition person might filter you out because of something which they may not know you fully. But I don't blame the TA person either. Sometimes there's just so many applications coming
Too
in, right?
many, yes, there are too many. Even if they
And
use artificial intelligence, which is worse, because then there was a comment that there are AI tools out there now that are doing the screening. Yeah, exactly. So why waste time down that route? Go through the back door and network internally
yeah,
to
correct.
get to know the people. Don't
Go straight
don't
to the
go
source.
battle against don't go battle against the robots. You'll never win.
The
They
minions,
don't
the minions, the
they
minions who are the
don't
gatekeepers. Weed them
they
out.
don't they don't need to sleep. The robotic processes will
Yeah,
continue while yeah. So
and
yes, go straight to the source.
yeah, and the other thing also is, if you are looking at a discussion with them already, sometimes they say, oh, but you're not old enough, or you're too old, or if you're whatever excuse they give you, okay, you're too old, you're too overqualified and everything, you underqualified, you don't have experience in this space. Okay, which is a very common one. Then let's not focus on things you don't have. Focus on things that you
Yeah,
have. Yeah, I
exactly.
may not have the operational bit is required for this job. Okay, if you're a CFO moving into a finance controller type role because you want to move into a smaller portfolio, you say, but you don't have finance controlling. You say, yeah, I did it 3 jobs ago. Yeah, I may not be fresh on it, but let me share with you how I have been business partner to the managing directors, how I've helped. So I may not have that, but I've got so much more of everything else. Why are you gonna miss what's the term, miss the forest for the trees?
Yeah,
Okay,
yes,
correct.
because I'm afraid that you might outshine me. I don't
That could be
know.
the
But
subtext, and you
if the
can't.
conversation goes there, it's just call this
Yeah,
person a friend and just move on. Okay,
yeah,
do not try and contort yourself and top off a limb just to say that you can fit, because if you compare on a scale that is not on yours, you will lose,
yeah,
right? So yes, exactly what you said. Focus on what you have and how you can make a difference,
yeah.
and don't get overly bogged down, and don't let them trap you into this, like, oh, but you don't have this. Oh no, I have. Then you keep defending. Then no point. Then you're on the back foot all the time, right?
Exactly. So like what they say, the phrase which I hate the most, but everyone says it. It is what it is. So I hate that phrase. What does everyone say?
I mean,
But
if you and again, this is an interesting thing. A lot of people think that if the interview or the conversation dies, right, for whatever reason, like, I don't know, you're not going to fit and all that, then you get very like contentious and unhappy, and then you walk away, and that's the end of it. Bridges are burned. No, no, no. When a conversation doesn't go your way, this person is a network. Stay in touch.
yeah,
Offer
exactly right.
support, give advice, and maybe refer people, because you never know, this person will come back to you again when something more suitable comes up.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Oh,
networking is. Yeah.
and that's exactly why it's such a powerful tool to learn and to master, right? So focus on what you have, not rather than what you don't have, because it's all about controlling the narrative, and
Yes.
that's why our clients who come with us on our career partner programs, we teach them how to handle difficult questions like this, how to address the elephant in the room, and then move on.
Yeah.
Okay, there are ways of doing it, and of course, go prepared. Always go prepared. Never go into a battle unprepared, right?
Yeah. Research like crazy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Research everything.
Everything.
Research
Yeah.
everything.
So, in summary, if you have been going for interviews and you've been getting responses like you're too senior, you're too expensive, maybe you are too expensive, maybe you are too senior, but how do you then explain it away? How do you shift the narrative? How do you reposition yourself? These are things which you really need to think about before you even go for the interview or even before you apply for the role. Okay, you need to know your narrative. How are you going to tell? You need to plan. You also need to strategize, and rather than go in blind. Okay, and of course, get help. Get help. I mean, if you're a senior person moving in, finding meaning in your next role, invest in professional help. We've had clients who have jumped in with our programs, and they're like, "Wow, it's a no-brainer. My ROI is at least 300%, in a month itself." Okay, so come talk to us if you are thinking of pivoting into a different role. Come talk to us if you're at a crossroad. We are very effective at what we do, and we've been doing this for a very, very long time already. So get help. Don't be shy.
Cautionary tale, and when we give the advice or when we have discussions, sometimes the truth can be difficult, but
Ouch.
just remember that it is, hopefully at the end of this, there's light at the end of the tunnel, and then you come out stronger and better. But also, even if you're coming on our program, there's a lot of work. So be prepared for that, because I get a lot of that feedback. They're like, "Whoa, how come you didn't give me so much homework?" Like, yeah. There is a lot of work involved, and sometimes if you don't get the results you want overnight, but again, someone put in our LinkedIn that the game ain't pretty. The game is not pretty. It is a very rough world out there, full of rejection, full of judgment. Even though and I'm hearing you, Adrian, you're all optimistic and stuff. Yes, we shine a light on our success stories, but under that is a furious paddling, keeping afloat, getting the engine going, and the hard work that's required. So again, cautionary tale, there's a lot of work involved.
Yeah, it's not an easy snap of the fingers fix,
Correct.
And sometimes it's what we call what a mentor of mine used to call tough love.
And sometimes if you do all the work and you don't get the result, the result will come. But sometimes it's a waiting game as well.
Yeah,
and it's a consistent effort, it's a cadence, and it can be very tiring. That's why you need people on your team.
Yeah.
That's
so
all.
hang in there. So if you're looking for a role, hang in there. But if you really want to have one-on-one sessions with us, to find out what our one-on-one career programs are, come drop us an email at info@careeragility.org. But if you want to just find out, if you just want to specifically learn, I just want to land my job fast, I would recommend that you come and look at our Dream Job, Land Your Dream Job program, which we have specially curated. We have put in a lot of job hunting tools, kits. We have rather interesting resume templates. These are some of the tools that we have in our program. Okay, besides being having the 30-day, the 90-day email program that will keep you in check as you progress your job hunting. We have interesting stuff like resume templates, your branding tools, your understanding your career quadrants. We even have a job hunt optimizer and LinkedIn checklist, LinkedIn formats and everything for you to refer
scaffolding for your networking.
Yeah, so there are lots of interesting things which we have developed. It's also in line with a book which we are going to publish with Penguin Random House in the third quarter of this year. So everything's all aligned. If you are really looking at landing a dream job, okay, do drop in here and just scan it right now. Okay, this QR code, and have a look at it. If you key in this promo code, you will get a $300 off.
It's a birthday gift from Adrian to the world.
Us actually from us. But it's gonna be your birthday next week as well. Yeah.
$300 gift voucher from us to you.
Yeah. So are there any questions that we are seeing in the chat?
Yeah, I was just gonna address a few of these. There was one very interesting one on how do we train HR and recruiters to be a little bit more open when screening candidates.
Wow, tough, man. How do you change the old Jedi mind trick? It's very difficult to change opinions. But to be fair, there are a lot of very good HR people out there.
Yes.
In a position who can spot talent like this and look and say, "Wow, okay, let's zoom in on this person straight away." Okay.
Unfortunately, they're very busy. So if on your side, you need to do more to get.
You got to help them, right?
Yeah, you got to help them help you, if that makes sense. So I'm not, we don't want to bash HR because they're doing their job to the best of their ability. And if you don't give them what they need to help them screen you better, it takes two hands to clap, right? And don't forget that they've got maybe thousands and thousands of applicants. So that method is probably not going to work if you're an older candidate.
Yeah.
Because I think that's for maybe rank and file type positions, right? So if you get a CFO applying for a finance manager, sometimes, that's not going to work.
Yeah, you need to have very specialized job search strategy. But also, we also want to be addressed, for those of us who really feel that we are a bit older, more senior, and I call a spade, okay, older in terms of age, okay, 50 plus. If you think that there is discrimination, and once again, calling a spade, there is discrimination, okay?
Of course, yeah.
What do you do, one of the things you always recommend is don't go in with that attitude. I'm old. Oh no, I'm old. And then you're gonna appear old. Okay, no, pop your energy level up. Talk fast. Even for the guys, okay, even having a nice haircut, trim, boom. Okay, look smart, look sharp. Dress up for the role. Have your energy level. One thing that Yen, I learned from Yen very early in even before we started Career Agility, was, if you're taking a call, stand up and walk and take the call, standing up, walk around. Your energy level just shifts. Okay.
And unless you have no stamina.
Then you better be.
You cannot walk and talk at the same time. I find it's really hard for me to.
Coach already. No.
Okay, that's really hard for me to walk and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Kidding.
But you get what I mean, right?
But stand up to take the call.
Do not leak your insecurities. That's what we're trying to say.
I find that when the candidates like to tell me this, oh no, I never show it. At interview, I'm always like this. I beg to differ, because it's what, like you rightly said, Adrian, it's a leakage. It's sometimes in the choice of words. We had clients who refer to us as young man, young lady. And we're like, hang on, we're the same age, or we're in the same rough decade. Why are you talking down to me like this as if I was younger? It's again a little peek into the fact that you are thinking yourself old. So these are things that come from attitude, and the attitude will translate. Even though you think you're good at acting, it doesn't work. So you've got to really change that mindset, and that's really hard to do sometimes.
And that's funny,
when you feel old, you behave old.
Yeah, if you feel young, you behave young. See, like me, whenever I jump into a taxi, I call the taxi, hello, uncle. And look at him, he's actually younger than me.
No, that explains explains your tantrums.
That's not true. I'm going to hold myself. So, but you think that's the attitude, right? I think it's all the attitude. That's why, whenever I tell my wife, hey, this morning the taxi uncle is very nice. Are you sure the uncle?
Just to remind you, right? Hang on, what uncle?
Uncle. That's why right now, even at the food courts, when I talk to, or even at the departmental stores, whatever it is, I talk to the salesperson. I don't call auntie anymore. I call 大姐 or big sister. Or I think you're not supposed to call 小姐, I think, right? But you can't call someone 小姐. Got a friend 小姐 is
no, that's not nice.
But anyway, it's not called 大姐. It's not called auntie. I call 大姐, because right now it's more. I've come to the point where I cannot call it any auntie. I'm 50 already.
It's good you're aware. It's good you're aware.
So be aware of your age. Don't apologize for it. Okay?
Embrace.
Don't apologize for it. No, hey, look, I got this experience. I'm gonna go in. If you don't want to hire me at this spot, okay. Your loss. Bye. Next. Okay. Know your worth. Know your value. Go in. Okay. Shine. Come to us. Talk to us. We'll show you how to shine.
Yeah. So one last comment from LinkedIn that I'm going to pick, because I think this is valid as a discussion point. Some individuals want to downshift or decelerate because they have no choice, due to whatever reason. Maybe they've been retrenched, or maybe they have been career break and all, or because of pandemic issues, and then they're kind of just looking for a job, any job. And I think it bears discussion, because if you are in that situation, please come talk to us, because the strategy is different. You don't want to go out to the world and be desperate for a job. You're like, look, I used to do a 10 grand a month job, but I'm willing to take 7. There's something wrong with that refrain. There's something wrong with that narrative.
If that's your market yourself narrative, exactly right.
Why would you market yourself as cheap? come take it.
Discount. Ding, ding,
Something's
right?
wrong with that product, right? It's like
Don't.
shelf life, exit. What was it again? You know, when things in the supermarket are discounted for sale, it's because the expiry date's coming up. And
Oh,
then
that is
and
so sad at the same
right.
time.
So it's a different strategy. The point is not to appear desperate. The point is to be deliberate and to be strategic about how you do things, so that you play a better game.
No, that's true. That's true. And as I said earlier, don't apologize for it. Okay.
Yes.
Come talk to us, and it's something it's a skill which you learn. Okay. And good luck if you're applying for roles. Okay, as we said earlier, hiring is picking up, so don't miss out on opportunities to land a better job. But if you really do want to understand how the game is played, we invite you, just do a click here to the link. Okay, there are a couple of free videos, previews on it as well, which you can have experience and see the kind of advice and program that we have for you. Okay, so please feel free. And this voucher is going to be only for the weekend. So this code is only going to be for the weekend. So please sign up. And we've already had a couple hundred people already on the program. So it's exciting. Go explore it and have fun. But in the meantime, if you have any other inquiries with regards to your careers, drop us a line at info@careeragility.org. Always,
Yep.
always happy to help. And the weekend's coming. And Yen, what's up for you for this weekend?
Alvin and I are going on a hike, and then I'm going to just try and recover from that. We
We had
hike
a
every
long week this
Saturday
week,
morning.
right?
We hike every
Yeah.
Saturday because I live quite near some nice walking areas. So yeah, looking forward to that. And then just need to chill.
That's nice.
Yeah. What's your plan?
Me, I've got some leather work projects I'm gonna do.
Oh yes,
I
yes.
got a new hobby of mine, which I make leather wallets and stuff like that. Quite fun. Leather work is quite fun. It's a cool hobby to have. And it's lots of banging, lots of pounding, lots of sewing to do over the weekend, and it's nice craft. Gets my hands busy, and really like doing it. Maybe I shall
Yeah,
post
and
a couple of
commune
photos.
and also commune with your garden.
I thought you were gonna say commune with the cow because it's cow leather, but no, the cow's not there anymore. But
Oh no. Next time must go buy vegan leather, okay?
and kill a few mushrooms. No. So anyway, vegan leather is actually vegan leather is just plastic, isn't it? It's PVC.
Yeah.
It's
It is, and it lasts forever. So which is better than leather. Just
okay.
saying. Okay. Anyway, thank you for
Anyway,
listening to us this morning. Have a good weekend. Think about your career, and if you need help, reach out to us.
yeah. Have a great week, kid. Okay, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Bye.